Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lex Talk Stuff podcast, the podcast where I feel like talking whatever I feel like. And today, I want to talk about the non-MCU Marvel movies. But today, I'm trying out for the first time the video form of the podcast, because I never really like did that before. And maybe it'll go right, or maybe it'll go wrong. Who knows? We'll see what happens when I edit it later before I have to go to work. And so I have to make it kind of a quick one today. But today I'm going to be talking about the non-MCU Marvel movies, and I'm going to be ranking them. This tier list that I have right here, I got ad blocker, so that really helped me a lot. This is going to look much cleaner. Like, like, yeah. So all the stuff that I got here, from the Blade movies to like some of the Sony Spider-Man movies that have come out. But I will say I'm not counting like movies pre like Blade. Like I'm not including the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I didn't see it. I didn't see that David Hasselhoff Nick Fury movie. I didn't see, the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. I've seen these and some. Like there are some that I've never seen because I just heard they were really, really bad. Um, so so yeah, let's start with the first one. First one being Blade. Now, is Blade going masterpiece, great, good, okay, awful, or never seen? I've seen Blade, and I think it's legitimately great. Like, it's a really good movie. I have a blast watching it. It's really, really fun. Uh, and I think everyone should go and watch it. Spoilers if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, they bring back Blade, and Wesley Snipes looks good, and he's the best Blade. Uh, let's see. Next one that I want to go with is X-Men from 2000. You know, for the longest time, I didn't see the first movie, but it's really, really good. I would say, but it's not as good as like X2. So, and it's but still solid. So you know what? I'm gonna say first X-Men is good. Like it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. Get Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen. Anna Paquin does a good job as Rogue until they forget about her in later movies. But yeah, let's see. And where do we go from here? Um, Now let's go to the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. This is a great movie. Like it's genuinely great. And I would put this higher than Blade. Like it's the movie that everyone like thinks of. Sadly, it's also the movie where everyone thinks Spider-Man has organic webbing. I would I prefer the web shooters because I just think they're super cool. But that's just me personally. And now the next one, I'm gonna do Blade 2. Blade 2 is genuinely good. Like I watched it last night at like night, and I think it's genuinely a great movie. I enjoy the hell out of it so much, you know. But so let's go forward. And by the way, I didn't know Ron Perlman was in it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Ron Perlman. But uh but yeah, so let's go forward from there. Uh X-Men 2, United They Stand, which everyone just calls it X2. Great. Genuinely great. Put it next to first Spider-Man. But yeah. Then I think I would also go with uh, you know, the GOAT, Spider-Man 2. Here's the thing. I l- there's I have one or two nitpicks about the first Spider-Man movie, but I still really like love it to bits. Like I like the second Spider-Man movie. Like I think it's really good, but there are just parts of it that I don't buy like as much as the first one. Like I don't quite buy the chemistry between Peter and MJ in Spider-Man 2. So, like, I think for me that puts it in masterpiece. For not in masterpiece, in great. Like that's the only thing like preventing it from going into masterpiece. And like, please don't hate on me for it. I still love that movie and wish everyone sees that movie. And it's fantastic. Hulk, the 2003 one. I have never seen it. I've never seen the Eric Bana movie, so I have no like real opinion on it. I've seen the dog fight in there, and that's really good, but it's the only like thing that I could like that I can't like really talk about like as a Hulk movie. I've seen Incredible Hulk, which I actually thoroughly enjoy, but we're not talking about that today. Blade Trinity. I have never seen Blade Trinity. For good reason, because I heard it was pretty awful, But I also reference it so much for stuff like when the movie's bad, but the production was hell, so it's a miracle it gets made. Like I love the Patton Oswalt joke of if you sit and watch a Blade movie, it's a D minus. It just doesn't work. But if you knew what it took to get Blade Trinity made, it's a D plus. I'm like, fair enough. The 2004 Punisher movie. I personally really like it. So you know what? I'm gonna put it in good. I think it's a good, like, revenge story. I think everyone should check it out. This is where it's gonna get a little weird. I've never seen the first Ghost Rider all the way through. So I have like no strong feelings on it. Like so you know what? I know it's not good, but I think I'm just gonna put it in like never seen. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, I've seen, and I liked it when I was a kid, but like as adult, it's awful. I'm sorry, but it's not good. It's just not good. And that's not gonna be the only like awful one in here. The first Fantastic Four movie with Michael Chiklis as the Thing, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, and Ian Grufford, I believe his name is. Um, Here's the thing, like I loved this movie when I was a kid, and I hated it the older I got. So, I think like as a first one, like I genuinely think like I don't know, like what, I'm gonna put it in okay for now. Like I can still watch it and have like fun memories of it. The 2003 Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, awful. Just truly awful. It's not good. They mischaracterize Daredevil so much. The music's bad. The acting's pretty bad. Like, I think Ben Affleck could have been a good Daredevil. It's just the script was bad. And he met Jennifer Gardner there, and then they got married. And that didn't last long if you're watching this today. And to date myself even more, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are also now divorced. It never works for you, Ben. Please get help. Um, one of the most miserable men in Hollywood. Swamp Thing movie from 2005. I've never seen it, and I don't know if I want to see it. I was happy with the one we got in the Man Thing that we got in. Wait, did I say Swamp Thing or Man Thing? I meant Man Thing. Uh, so I never saw the Man Thing movie, but I liked seeing Man Thing in the Werewolf by Night Disney Plus Halloween special that they released a couple years ago. I thought it was really cool. And I liked that it was in black and white. I felt like there was no need to put it in color. X3, The Last Stand. The movie, it's not good, but it's not the worst thing ever. Like, so you know what? I'll put it in okay. It's not as bad as I remember it being. Spider-Man 3. Um, I've hated it for the longest time, but I realized that actually it's an okay movie. Like, I put it above the Fantastic Four movie and X-Men 3, The Last Stand. Actually, you know what? I would put Last Stand over the first Fantastic Four, if I'm being completely honest. Elektra, never seen. I didn't want to waste my time, so I would not want to watch that again. I would not want to watch that. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I actually quite enjoyed this movie, but it's still okay. Like I I just I think it's the best Fantastic Four movie that I've seen, and I'm still waiting for them to finally do a good one, but we'll see what happens. So we'll just go from there. Um, let's see, where do we go? X-Men. No, let's go to Punisher Warzone. Punisher Warzone. I think it's okay. I think I genuinely like it. People were like, it's awful. I hate it. I haven't seen it in years, so I bet if I rewatched it, I'd be like, this is awful. Um, but yeah, like I liked Ray Stevenson as Punisher. I liked Tom Jane as Punisher more, and I hoped to have seen him again, but sadly not. But if you haven't, if you want to see Thomas Jane play Punisher one more time, you got to see this short film on YouTube called Dirty Laundry, where he's basically Punisher doing his laundry at a laundromat, and he just beats the shit out of these guys, and it's awesome. Yeah, I highly, I highly recommend it. But he doesn't use guns for some reason. Let's see, where do we go from here? X-Men Origins Wolverine. Awful. In every way of the word, awful. Like, I'm sorry, but like, and people are like, well, if you just remove the terrible Deadpool, then the movie's better. No, it's still not good. The movie's so much of a mess. And it's like, this is the origin for Wolverine. This is the best you could come up with. It's the best you could do. Yeah, this pisses me off. Let's see, Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think that it is genuinely a good movie. Like, I would put this above X1. Like, for me, like, I have a lot of nostalgia for the first Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man movie, because that was the first one I ever saw. I never saw um, the Tobey Maguire movies until later, but I saw like the Amazing Spider-Man movies first, and I loved them. Well, I actually didn't like two, which now let's just get that out of the way. Amazing Spider-Man 2, awful. I thought it was awful. Like, yes, maybe there's one or two like cool parts to it, but it is a bad movie. It's not good. And I would only show it to people so that they can understand Spider-Man No Way Home better. Let's see. X-Men First Class. Good. Like this was a good movie. Like I wish more people would like talk about how good it is, but it gets overshadowed. Now, let's also go with uh what's the next one we could do? Um, let's go to Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past is truly I think it's the best X-Men movie. I think it beats X2 in so many ways. It's so good. Unlike X-Men Apocalypse, which I think is awful. Like it's pretty bad. Like it's pretty bad. Like there's fun, okay moments, but overall it's really bad. It's a bad like follow-up. Days of Future Past at least felt like homage to like the different eras of X-Men and doing one of my favorite X-Men stories. But X-Men Apocalypse was them being like, we don't know what to do, and Bryan Singer's just gonna put us all back in leather again. Like X-Men First Class at least was like, you know what? They wear costumes. There's fun. Let's do it. Like Matthew Vaughn actually loves the X-Men. Bryan Singer doesn't. Like he felt like they had to wear dark leather outfits in order for people to take them seriously. Meanwhile, like I'm just like that's absolutely outrageous. I'm sorry, but like no. And now we finally got costumes that look great in movies. Um, for the Deadpool movies, I would say that Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 are great. I've never I've I like Deadpool 2 a little more than 1. Like I always have more fun with that one. I haven't seen the Super Duper cut or the Once Upon a Deadpool one. Like I really enjoyed that one. Like I really enjoy that movie and I wish I could have seen those. Maybe I will eventually. You know, let's just get this out of the way. Logan, a masterpiece. A masterpiece of a movie. It's so good. I just I love it to bits. And I think it did win an Oscar, and deservedly so. The Wolverine. I think it's genuinely a good movie. Like, I think it's genuinely good. I know some people are like, I don't like that Silver Samurai part. I understand. That's still good. Let's get a couple other ones out of the way. Morbius, the greatest movie of all time. Never seen. And I have no intention to see. You know? Fant Four Stick. Never seen because I just didn't bother to see it. New Mutants, didn't see. Dark Phoenix, didn't see. Venom Let There Be Carnage, I didn't see. Madam Web, I didn't see. You know what? I don't need to see it. I'm just gonna put it in awful anyway, because I feel like I don't need to see it. You know what? I'll do the same for Fantastic Four, for Fant Four Stick. Awful, awful. The first Venom, I'd say, is an okay movie. I would put it uh above Warzone, next to Silver Surfer. Like, just put it there. Yeah. Like I think that looks better. Spider-Verse 1 to me is a masterpiece. Like it's so great. Like how can you not love Spider-Verse? And Spider-Verse 2, you know what? I'm also gonna put that in masterpiece. Like, and I think there we are. I think that now we have all these movies on here, and I know that this wasn't an in-depth conversation, and this was a shorter one, but let's see how it goes. So, maybe the video version will come out. Maybe it won't. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye.